Hello, my name is Gustavo Carvajal, and I am very happy to have this opportunity to tell you about artist Doris Salcedo, and more specifically about her artwork, A Flor de Piel. Salcedo is a Colombian artist. She's known for her sculpture, site-specific installations, and conceptual art. She's also known for her dealing with very difficult subjects like violence and grief and the human tragedies of war. Being from Colombia, her practice focuses on the armed conflict and the political civil war that has been going on there for almost 5 decades, along with the war on drugs. So A Flor de Piel is actually a shroud that is set on the floor of the gallery. And when you look at it more closely, you realize that this piece of fabric is hundreds and thousands of rose petals that have been sewn by hand. I am Colombian myself, so I am familiar with the conflict and the violence that Salcedo's work refers to. There was a communist armed guerrilla group that fought the National Army, and at the same time, there are far-right groups, armed militias as well, and all of this in the context of the war on drugs. So what this has caused is a great humanitarian crisis for many years that has caused terror on the population, especially on rural communities. So this conflict is what really informs the content of Salcedo's work. So the question that I've posed for this series is, how does art extract beauty out of an act of heinous violence? A flor de piel is an expression in Spanish used to talk about feelings that are too great to hide, feelings that are noticeable because you wear them on your skin, so to speak. There is also a word play with the word flor, which means flower, obviously in reference to the rose petals. In a work like this, Salcedo is preoccupied with victims that have been denied the right to a funeral or the right to be mourned. I learned that Salcedo's work is based on profound research of particular cases. So this piece in particular is about a Colombian nurse who was tortured and killed. It's, in Salcedo's own words, a flower offering, something that is going to be in contact with a broken body, thus the fragility and the softness of the material. I came to the show with a friend of mine, a Colombian artist. What really impacted her was the technical feat. She kept wondering, how was it possible that these rose petals were sewn together like that? For me, it was a little different. I was more impressed by the metaphor itself. Just like the rose petals, us humans are also kind of suspended in a state between dead and alive. When you look at a piece like this one, I realized that an artist uses a mechanism very similar to that of poetry by using everyday materials such as rose petals, thread, and needle, but rearranged in a very unexpected way. That brings out feelings that we had inside that we were not aware of.